Wild Talks, Endangered Species Special.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Wild Talk, the podcast where we talk about amazing animals.
Today we will talk about some of the rarest and most special animals in the world. These animals are in danger and they need our help.
That's right, we will talk about some incredible animals.
And for each animal, we have special guests who will tell us more. Are you ready? Let's go. The Komodo dragon.
Now, let's talk about a powerful reptile, the Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragons are the biggest lizards in the world. They can grow up to 3 meters long and weigh around 70 kilograms.
Yes, they live on a few islands in Indonesia and are very strong hunters. They eat deer, wild pigs, and even water buffalo. Whoa, how do they catch their food?
They have sharp teeth and poisonous saliva. When they bite their prey, the poison makes the animal weak, and the dragon follows it until it falls.
Sadly, Komodo dragons are in danger because of habitat loss and hunting. That's really sad. How can we help?
People are protecting them by making national parks and stopping illegal hunting.
Fun fact, Komodo dragons can smell food from up to 5 kilometers away and they can even eat humans.
The blue whale.
Now, let's talk about the biggest animal in the world, the blue whale.
Blue whales are amazing. They can grow as long as 30 meters and weigh as much as 200 tons. That's like 33 elephants.
Yes, even though they are so big, they eat tiny animals called krill. A blue whale eats up to 4 tons of krill every day. That's a lot of food. Where do blue whales live?
They live in all the world's oceans, but they like cold waters. Every year, they travel very far to find food and warmer waters to have babies.
Sadly, blue whales are in danger. People hunted them a lot in the past, and even now they have problems because of big ships, loud noises in the ocean, and climate change. That's really sad. Is anyone helping them?
Yes, some groups and governments have made safe areas for them. There are also rules to stop ships from hurting them. Scientists are studying them to find more ways to help.
We can also help by keeping the ocean clean and supporting groups that protect sea animals. That's a great idea.
Fun fact, a blue whale's heartbeat can be heard from over 2 miles away.
The golden lion tamarin.
Now let's talk about a very special animal, the golden lion tamarin. And no, it's not a lion.
Some people hear the name and expect a fierce jungle king, but instead they meet a small fluffy monkey with bright orange fur. Golden lion tamarins live in the rainforests of Brazil.
Yes, they're very social and live in family groups. They use their long fingers to find insects and fruits to eat.
That sounds interesting. Why are they in danger?
Their biggest problem is that people cut down forests for farms and cities. This means they have less space to live.
Also, some people take them from the wild to sell as pets, which is very bad for them.
That's so sad. Are people helping them?
Yes, there are projects to plant trees and make more forest areas for them.
Some groups also help by raising tamarins in safe places and then putting them back in the wild. That's great news.
We can also help by supporting rainforest protection and learning more about these beautiful animals.
Fun fact, golden lion tamarins sleep in tree holes to stay safe from predators.
The Bengal tiger. Now, let's talk about the big cat, the Bengal tiger.
The Bengal tiger is strong and beautiful, but it is endangered. There are only about 2,500 left in the wild. Yes, they are great hunters. They hunt at night and are very quiet when they move. They live in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Bhutan. These tigers need forests to hide and hunt, but people are cutting down trees so they have less space to live. Some groups are protecting them by making national parks, but illegal hunting is still a big problem. That's why we need to help. Fun fact, a Bengal tiger's roar can be heard up to 2 miles away.
The giant panda.
Now let's talk about a very popular animal, the giant panda. Lily and Max tell us more.
Hi, the giant panda is a type of bird that lives in China. They mostly live in mountain forests.
Pandas eat mostly bamboo, but they also eat small animals and fish sometimes.
There are only about 1,800 pandas left in the wild. Their forests are being destroyed, so they have less food and space to live.
Another problem is that pandas do not have many babies. Baby pandas are very small, smaller than a mini iPhone.
But there is good news. People are helping pandas, and their numbers are slowly growing.
That's great to hear. Fun fact, baby pandas are born pink, blind, and only as big as a stick of butter.
The red panda.
And now let's talk about another cute but endangered animals, red pandas. What can you tell us about them? Red pandas were first described in 1825 by a scientist named Frederick Cuvier. Their scientific name, Ailurus fulgens, means shining cat.
Cool name. Are they related to giant pandas?
No, they are actually closer to raccoons and weasels, but like giant pandas, they have a special wrist bone, a false thumb, that helps them grab bamboo.
Where can we find them?
In the forests of Nepal, Bhutan, and China, they love bamboo, steep slopes, and water. They also live in trees and are very shy. Sadly, red pandas are endangered. What's the biggest threat? Deforestation. People cut down forests, which destroys their home. Illegal hunting and pet trade are also big problems. How can we help? Protect forests and support conservation programs.
Great advice. Fun fact, red pandas use their fluffy tails as blankets to keep warm in the cold.
The mighty grizzly bear.
Now, let's talk about grizzly bears. What makes them special?
Grizzly bears, also called brown bears, are big, strong mammals that live in North America, Europe, and Asia.
They can weigh between 170 and 300 kilograms. They have strong claws, a big head, and thick fur.
Wow! What do they eat?
They are omnivores, so they eat both plants and meat. They love fish, honey, berries, and small animals.
And where do they live?
In forests, mountains, and even near rivers, but in Greece there are only few left in the northwest.
Just like red pandas, grizzly bears are also in danger. Why?
There are only about 55,000 grizzly bears left in North America. Their biggest threats are climate change, lack of food, and hunting.
That's really sad.
How can we protect these amazing animals?
By saving forests and stopping illegal hunting.
And by supporting conservation programs.
Fun fact, grizzly bears can run up to 56 kilometers per hour. That's faster than a racehorse over short distances.
The Tasmanian devil.
Our next animal is a crazy one, the Tasmanian devil.
The Tasmanian devil is a small animal that lives in Tasmania, an island near Australia.
They look kind of like little black dogs with sharp teeth, and they can be super loud, right?
Yes, that's right. Tasmanian devils eat dead animals. That sounds gross, but it helps keep nature clean.
Tasmanian devils are endangered because of a sickness that gives them big lumps on their faces.
But people are helping them. They keep some of them in safe places so they can grow strong and have babies.
That's awesome. Go, little devils.
Fun fact, when Tasmanian devils get mad, they crawl, scream, and spin in circles, just like in cartoons.
The lemurs.
Now, let's talk about some of the most unique animals in the world. Lemurs.
Lemurs live only on the island of Madagascar. They are small primates with big eyes, long tails, and they love to climb trees.
Yes, there are many types of lemurs, but the most famous one is the ring-tailed lemur. It has long tail with black and white rings.
That sounds amazing. Did you know that lemurs rely a lot on their sense of smell to communicate with other animals?
Yes, they use different smells to send messages to each other. Also, lemurs eat fruit, leaves, and sometimes insects. They use their strong hands to grab food and jump from tree to tree.
But lemurs are endangered because people are cutting down forests in Madagascar. This means they have less food and places to live.
That's really sad. Are people helping them?
Yes, some groups are protecting Madagascar's forest and making safe areas for lemurs.
Also, did you know that lemurs are mostly active at night? They are nocturnal animals.
Fun fact, unlike us, lemurs don't have a phobia, the white thing everyone has in their eyes. The phobia helps animals see colors clearly, but lemurs don't have it. The Amur leopard. First, let's talk about the Amur leopard. This is one of the rarest big cats in the world. Hi everyone, the Amur leopard lives in Russia and China in cold forests. There are only about 15 left in the wild, which is very sad. Yes, they have thick fur to stay warm in winter. Their fur changes color lighter in winter, darker in summer. This helps them hide in the forest. They are amazing hunters. They can jump over 10 feet in the air to catch food, but people cut down trees and hunt them for their fur, so they are in danger. The Amur leopard. First, let's talk about the Amur leopard. This is one of the rarest big cats in the world. Hi everyone, the Amur leopard lives in Russia and China in cold forests. There are only about 50 in the wild, which is very sad. Yes, they have thick fur to stay warm in winter. Their fur changes color, lighter in winter and darker in summer. This helps them hide in the forest. They are amazing hunters. They can jump over 10 feet in the air to catch food. But people cut down trees and hunt them for their fur, so they are in danger. The good news is that people are trying to help. They are protecting the forest and stopping hunting. We hope their numbers will grow. That's great. Thank you, girls. Fun fact, Amur leopards are the best jumpers of all big cats. They can leap over 10 feet in the air.
The frog of Carpathos.
Now let's talk about a frog found only in Greece, the frog of Carpathos.
It's one of the most endangered frog species because its habitat is disappearing. Climate change and human activities are big threats.
That's sad. How can we help?
By protecting its wetlands and stopping pollution.
Fun fact, unlike many frogs, this species only lives on the island of Carpathos, nowhere else in the world. The European otter. Now, let's talk about the European otter. The European otter is a great swimmer. They live in rivers and lakes. They have thick fur to stay warm in the cold water. They also have web feet to help them swim fast. But otters are in danger because of pollution. Dirty water makes it hard for them to find food. The good news is that people are cleaning the water and protecting otters. In some places, otters are coming back. That's awesome. Fun fact, otters hold hands when they sleep in the water so they don't drift apart. The white giraffe.
Now, let's talk about a very special animal, the white giraffe.
The white giraffe was first seen in Kenya in 2016. It looks different because of a special condition called leucism. This makes its skin white. Yes, there is only one known male white giraffe left. People are watching it to keep it safe. Poaching and habitat loss are big problems, but people have put a GPS tracker on the giraffe. This helps protect it from hunters. We hope more white giraffes will be found in the future.
Fun fact, giraffes only need 30 minutes of sleep a day.
The red deer.
Now, let's talk about a strong and graceful animal, the red deer. Red deer are one of the largest types of deer. The males have big antlers, which they use to fight during mating season.
Yes, they live in forests, mountains, and grasslands across Europe, Asia, and North Africa.
That sounds amazing. What do they eat?
They eat grass, leaves, and small plants. In the winter, they also eat tree bark when food is hard to find.
Sadly, red deer face problems like habitat loss and hunting. Some forests are cut down, making it harder for them to find food and shelter. That's really sad. Are people trying to help them?
Yes, many places have national parks where red deer are protected. Some people also work to stop illegal hunting.
We can help by protecting forests and supporting wildlife conservation projects.
That's a great idea.
Fun fact, red deer can jump as high as 2.5 meters and run up to 65 kilometers per hour.
The mountain gorilla.
Another critically endangered species is the mountain gorilla. So what do we know about them?
There are only about 1,000 left in the wild.
Really? I thought gorillas were everywhere in the jungle.
Not quite. Mountain gorillas only live in two places, the Virunga Mountains and the forest in Uganda. That's it. Yeah, they're subspecies of the eastern gorilla, and they don't live in zoos like other gorillas because they need very specific mountain habitats.
So what's putting them in danger? Poachers?
Poachers are part of it, but also deforestation and diseases. Humans bring diseases that gorillas can't catch, especially now that tourists go to see them. Furthermore, gorillas need space to live. When forests are cut down for farming or roads, it shrinks their habitat.
So what can we do? We can't exactly fly to Africa and plant trees.
True, but we can spread awareness, raise money from conservation groups, and make smart choices like supporting eco-friendly products.
I read that ecotourism actually helps. Tourists pay to see them, and that money goes to conservation and local communities.
Exactly. It's like saving the gorillas and helping people who live nearby.
Fun fact, did you know mountain gorillas hum when they are happy?
The Mediterranean monk seal. Our final animal is the Mediterranean monk seal.
It's a rare seal that can grow up to 2.3 meters long and weigh 350 kilograms. It's endangered because of habitat destruction, disturbance from tourists, and conflicts with fishermen.
Fun fact, the Mediterranean monk seal is one of the rarest seals in the world, with fewer than 700 left in the wild.
Wow, we learned so much today. These animals are amazing, but they need our help.
Yes, we can all do something to help. We can learn more, share information, and support conservation groups.
That's right. Thank you for listening to Wild Talks.